Hey, send your questions to me. I'd like to have some questions to answer. My name's Andy Lee Graham, and I've lived in over 114 countries, and I've been doing this for 26 years. I really don't have a home. I'm living in Guatemala as I'm talking. But today I was thinking about a lot of people look at things kind of opposite of me, and that's okay. I mean, that's a good thing, and everybody needs to think the way they do. But I, I realize that a lot of people are afraid of giving up something, while I'm looking at travel as as being an adventure to explore. Okay, so I'm going to tell you the 10 things that I gave up when I left the United States. The 10 things. I'm going to start out with the kind of the least and work my way up to the most important things I gave up that I really miss. I do miss things, okay? I really do sometimes have some problems. Okay, the number the number 10th one is a wash machine, okay? I really like a wash machine. Okay, but normally I have somebody that can wash my clothes. Off in Africa, I was just in Colombia. I had to wash my clothes myself. The whole time I was in Colombia, I almost always have to wash all my clothes in Africa. I can find people to do it, but I don't let them do it because they don't rinse my clothing. I'm very conscious of chemicals on my skin. I really don't want. I'd love to have a wash machine where I could put maybe vinegar in it, and I never used any kind of soap. Okay, number 9 is Alcoholics Anonymous. I really do miss going to Alcoholics Anonymous. It's like a lot of my friends, and very difficult to do abroad. And I don't recommend any alcoholics going traveling because normally they get drunk. Okay, I haven't had any luck at all with watching alcoholics travel. They get drunk, but I do recommend if you are going to go if you're a recovering alcoholic and you're going to travel, I really recommend you sort of tap into YouTube videos as a source of spiritual inspiration. It's almost impossible to have have meetings, but I guess they do have online meetings, but I haven't figured out how to use them. Okay, number 8 is the libraries. The American system of libraries is the only place where I know that there's libraries, okay? And I do miss being able to go into a very quiet room, and you can get these little office area rooms in the United States. And you can have internet, high-speed internet, and the Andrew Carnegie, I think he's the one that did a lot of libraries inside the United States. What was he? I think he was steel magnate, right? Wasn't he a steel mogul? But he really did the United States, a big favor. But libraries, I have read a lot more since I left the United States than I ever did inside the United States. And right now I have thousands of books to read that I can read. I have no shortage of reading books online. I do miss them. But number 7 is books. I like to be surrounded by books, okay? Sounds funny, but all my life I was surrounded by books. In my office, I had boxes of books, and even in my van I carried when I went to the lake. I always have had actual paper books that surround me. I miss the paper books. That's number 7. Number 6, and this is going to be a funny one, sheets. I miss fitted sheets, okay? Now, fortunately, in a way, I've solved that problem for the last 3 or 4 years, and I've been carrying a king-size fitted sheet, which is you have to have almost a king-size to fit on a double bed. They're now making these mattresses about this thick, and they don't have sheets. And I really despise the sheets of the world. I mean, they just don't have a clue on how to do sheets. Okay, that was number 6. Number 5. Okay, and this is a very nebulous and hard to understand thing, but respect. I was a respected person in my city, and I was respected by the people. And it was not having to earn it every day. Okay, I was given respect and manners and treated with respect. And people came up and shook my hand and things like that inside Fort Wayne, Indiana, and even in Orland, Indiana. But I spent the last before I traveled. I've been traveling for 26 years, right? Before I traveled, I was in Fort Wayne about 15, 20 years, and people treated me with respect. Okay, and respect is probably the number one reason why countries don't develop. Okay, they don't have a respect for the law, and they don't have a respect for people, and you can't trust each other. Respect is kind of a trust thing. It's between two people where they treat each other with respect. Like these guys are probably watching me over here making this video. It doesn't matter to them that I'm making a video. They're going to scream and make noise, right? Manners is the thing that you give up when you travel. I mean, I have manners, but the brute nature of the world is pretty sad in a way. It's not anything like most people in the United States see in respect. You can go into a bubble inside the United States, and I lived in a bubble of talking to certain people, and I had the same set of social dynamics as me, the social class that I was in, the status I was in, the people I talked to, and it was all in a sort of cordial, respectful way. Now I have a more, not, how do I explain it? I have a life where I meet all social classes, which is in a lot of ways better if you're going to understand the world. But number 5 was respect. Number 4, and this is a big deal, I miss talking fast, okay? I don't get to talk fast. Very few people, the expats are not the smartest cats on the planet. And the foreigners that are living abroad are the wanted, the unwanted, and the hermits. They're not your Chris, they're not the players. They're not the movers and shakers. They're the people that really hate the United States and they go traveling, okay? But a lot of the actual world travelers are incredibly sharp, okay? But they move around so fast, you have to keep moving. And I'm over 65, and for the next, what was that? I was figuring it out, 60, about, say, next 40, no, that's not right. Next 60 years, say 50 years. The next 50 years, I'm going to live to be 120. I'm going to be moving a lot faster and into different, more exotic locations where the movers and shakers travel. I come to Lake Atalan in Guatemala as a place to, it's kind of like a pit stop. It's a great place to pit stop, recover, regroup, and try to understand what's going on. And the climate's perfect, so it's really good. And the food in Panachel is really good. I'm not quite sure what's going on. It seems like a lot of COVID-19 has destroyed most of the travel industry. It's still like only, 20% of what it was. Okay, but fast-talking people that are adept, have a high education, have a high IQ, really can talk and wheel and deal and, be vibrant, okay? I missed that. Number 3, why did I put that? What'd I miss? I made a mistake there. I said winter. I don't miss winter. I said, but that's funny. I get myself confused. Okay, I'll forget that one. But number 2, what I miss from the United States is fine dining. Okay, and I'm going to mix that up with maybe fine dining and very intelligent American women. Okay, I miss very intelligent American women, and I miss the fine dining, and I miss the idea of being able to go out into a situation where it's a highly respected area and, drop a couple $100 and have dinner and really live the good life, okay, in a way, because there's many different types of cultures. Now, don't get me wrong. I have experienced 50 times or 100 times more culture as a world traveler than I ever did as going fine dining in Indiana. But there was a window where it was very, very interesting, okay? And you got to wine and dine the world, right? Okay, and here's the number one thing I miss as a traveler is the health clubs, the gyms. I went to the gym every single day as a routine. It was my happy hour, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock at night. I went to the gym, spent 1, 2 hours, walked a half hour to an hour, 45 minutes on the treadmill, or I was on the Stairmaster. I did, 100 leg raises, 100 sit-ups. I did, weightlifting. I was laughing when I was in Colombia. I was doing in the gym, and I'm really weak compared to when I left the United States. I miss the gym, and I miss the people inside the gym where there's beautiful people. And that's one of the things that kind of goes along with the fine dining is I miss being able to go to these high-end restaurants and talking with the what I would call the players, the movers and shakers of the city, the people that are somebody and really are somebody, or the ski club people. We had a ski club we was part of, and inside the gym are people that are really doing it. I was experiencing the same kind of culture inside inside the Columbia. But so the number one thing I miss is I will say I should have put there, I miss quiet. Okay, quiet is a very difficult thing. Actually, when I go to the United States, I'm often amazed at how quiet it is. They have control over the noise, over the music, over the one neighbor confusing each other. And see, but I got some other things that I miss or I don't miss. I'm going to talk about because I think some of these things are some of the things that you would probably miss the most. And I see it constantly. I don't miss a car at all, okay? But 99% of the people that leave the United States, the first thing they start talking about is buying a car or a motorcycle. I see this as a trap, a way to culturally destroy your life. It's very nice to have a taxi just pick me up, take me to my destination. I never have to worry about parking. See, taxis are a great benefit. They're like a chauffeur. A car is just a anchor that somehow is like a Freudian thing. It's like penis envy or something. People have to have cars to prove that they're somebody. And I really despise the car and the motorcycle. I see this as speeding up of my life, and I've slowed down my life because I don't have a car. A house. As I said, I have no desire to be a maintenance man. I've purchased over 60 houses, and I managed 235. I've sold over 1,000. Houses are just something to play with that are fun to look at, and they're basically a maintenance work job. Sometimes there's some creative stuff, but that's a very difficult thing to do. I would like to build some very small houses, like kind of an open New York style houses with, 600, 800 square feet, because I think you could make a house that would be a house of luxury for that size. But I miss bar hopping, which is, when I was in Fort Wayne, Indiana, I would go from bar to bar to bar. I don't drink. I haven't drank for 37 years. But I would hang out with the yuppie crowd, and I would go sit there and stop in and see who was out and about playing around and doing stuff at night. So 7 to 8 o'clock, I would drive from different types of bars to other bars to see who was doing it. And each bar had Paula's Place used to have Friday night was the night there, and then there would be night Tuesday night, and then you could always go down to O'Sullivan's at 2 o'clock in the morning. There was a certain crowd in each one of these bars that I enjoyed. Two stores that I highly miss is Walmart. Probably one of the first places I go to when I go back to the United States is Walmart. and I go to Menards, which is a lumber yard, right? And but I really miss Walmart. I mean, most of the other places. I do miss Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree is an excellent, excellent, excellent store. I probably, when I go back to the United States, the places that I shop at is Dollar Tree, Walmart, I don't know, Menards shopping, and then what else do I do? I almost always go first thing to Taco Bell. That's the only restaurant I really miss in the United States. Taco Bell. I love the Taco Bells. Okay, the Taco Bell tacos is. I always laugh. People act like I'm going to go in there and eat 2 tacos, and I said I'm not going in there unless I'm eating 6 or 8 tacos. Right? Life is good, guys. But what do you miss? What would you miss? What do you feel? Now, what's interesting is family and friends and stuff. I left at age 42. Okay, so leaving, I had a lot of business associates and Chamber of Commerce friends and business people that I shook hands with all the time, but I didn't really call them my best friends. Most of my best friends are married with children, right? And that means as a person, it wasn't that big a deal to leave. I think when you're leaving between the ages of, say, 18 and 28, yeah, it can be quite a traumatic thing to give up all your friends that you're hanging around with. You kind of lose them with age. And so travel's a lot easier as you get older because you have a different type of friend. But one of the greatest things that ever happened, probably when I was starting to miss the United States the most, they started Skype, and I could start having conversations for hours on end. Right now, I probably spend an hour a day talking to people around the world. Okay, on normally WhatsApp anymore. Sometime on Skype, I can call landlines and talk to people. And the voice over IP became so good that it's really easy to call up anybody. As long as I don't tell them that I'm in another country, they really don't have a problem talking. The minute I tell them I'm in another country, their brains go to mush. Okay, so I'm kind of laughing because I can't really say, oh, I'm in Guatemala, because they go, oh, and they think, well, I got to get off the line, like somehow it's a long distance or something like that. It cost me 2 cents a minute to make a phone call with Skype. Okay, those are the things I miss. The biggest thing is the gymnasium, because I could go in there and I could be, I stayed in great health for almost 20 years because I went to the gym every day of the week. I never had a weight problem. I never had it. Right now I go up and down. I'm on such an emotional roller coaster as a traveler because it's an overstimulated life. Traveling the world is living life at 10 times the normal speed. And so you anticipate all the good things and all the bad things at the same speed. And it's really, the art of travel is an emotional trip. It's nothing, very little to do with money. I mean, you can live as a world traveler like 10 times cheaper you can live in the United States. On average, anybody can travel the world for about, $1,000 a month. So if you have $1,000 a month, it's really quite easy. Much easier, $1,500. And if you got $5,000, that's okay too, guys. I don't know how many people want to lock in on the number, but anything over 500 and you can do it. But it's easiest at 1,000, and it becomes almost brain dead easy at 1,500. And when you got 4,000 a month, you can live anywhere you want. Life is really good. I have a great life, and I have a lot of friends, and I'm very good at spotting happy people, okay? And I'm really grateful for the life I have, and I want to share it. On the other side is I'm going to be very judicious about this anymore because I think a lot of the world is being destroyed by tourism. Well, the bigger problem is the aid organizations and the U.S. government. See, the U.S. government, the German government, the French government, all these guys give money to other countries to, in a way, it's kind of like a sort of colonization. But what they want to do is, I guess it would be sort of called imperialism. But I don't think we go into other countries to try to control their cultures. We really go into, we just We just give them money so that we give Ukraine $100 billion so that they buy $100 billion worth of military equipment from us. And but the aid organizations, the non-governmental organizations, and the charities and the missionaries are probably the biggest business on the planet. Okay, the amount of money that goes into non-governmental organizations, charities, and stuff is kind of destroying the planet. Okay, because they all think that they have the right to go change another country. A missionary thinks that he or she has the right to change people. Charities think that they need to go change people. All these other countries are doing just fine. Okay, and the only reason why they want to come to the United States is not because they're poor. They want to come to the United States because they're greedy. Okay, they want more money. You're willing to leave your family, friends, and all your people, your friends, the church, and everybody else to go to another country. What is that? That's kind of a prostitute. Okay. I'm Andy Lee Graham. Send me your questions to hoboontheroad@yahoo.com, hoboontheroad@yahoo.com, or become my friend. I'm really happy to be people's friends. I really enjoy people that have some really unique questions. On the other side is I'm a respect-only type person. If I give you respect, you give me respect, and life is good. Drink my coffee. Oh, I need to clean that. I'm always drinking out of these glass instant things anymore because plastic is really destroying the bodies of people. I've been laughing. I haven't used any soap on my body since I cut all my hair off. I'm really grateful to not have any hair. I'm going to grow it out and see how long I can grow before I actually have to, use shampoo. I don't plan on using shampoo for the rest of my life. I don't plan on putting any kind of chemicals on my body. And I'm going to try to always live in a city with less than 20,000 people so that the pollutions don't enter my skin. And I'm realizing that the plastics are causing a problem. But what I'm really grateful for is I live the dream. Come ask me questions on how to live the dream. Andy Lee Graham, I'm here and you're not. Why not? Become a Patreon, and that gives you kind of the ability to actually communicate with me on a regular basis.